He was in the politician circles. Bobby isn't involved. Biden, on the other hand, is a different story. Allie has already told us that story 4 years ago of her raping by him. Okay, yeah, we know that from the laptop from hell, Hunter Biden's laptop. But no, this. Do you realize that the Kennedys were closer to Ghislaine and Epstein than most people on the list, on the Epstein flight log? Ghislaine, who again, Kennedy refers to Ghislaine as Glenn, she was invited to carry Kennedy's wedding when she married not Chris Cuomo, the brother, the Governor Cuomo, Andrew Cuomo. Ghislaine Maxwell was invited. So Christina Oxenberg wrote an account of her long relationship with Ghislaine Maxwell. They became friends through Oxenberg's then husband, some British artist, as you can see, okay? And that's her next to Ghislaine. However, it's Oxenberg's account which may raise more questions over RFK's attempt to minimize Epstein's connection, because it describes how Maxwell was part of Kennedy's family circle long before his affair with Mary Richardson began. So he's been lying. And so there's a couple of things here. First of all, I've said that I think the Kennedy family it's an Irish mafia. So it would make sense they would have ties to this. Because otherwise, if they're this Camelot elite family as they've been presented to us, then they should have been telling the American people or having something done about Epstein, right? Because again, Cindy McCain said everybody knew, which clearly the Kennedys knew. They didn't do anything. So do you understand why RFK Jr. ran? He didn't think he was going to get elected. He did it hoping that he could get in the administration and thereby be able to thwart anything coming out. Because again, we still have politicians there that have some dirty baggage too, and they don't want that to come out. Then you put Elon Musk in there, okay? Because a lot of these people that Trump has appointed, I know that many people want to give them a pass, okay? And some I'm on the fence. I don't want to go after all of them, but I mean, I just don't say what I think about all of them, put it that way. But Elon and RFK are the two that I really go after the most, because those two only came on board with Trump after the assassination attempt failed. The other thing, and I know I can find, I've done videos showing all of the art, because there's a Trump archive tweet website you can go to, but clearly Elon or Silicon Valley has changed it to where it used to be you could put in a word and bring up any tweet that Trump wrote on Truth or Twitter, and it would go all the way back to 2013. I believe that's when he got on Twitter, and that it would pull up anything with whatever you searched. Now that site's still there, but it only goes back to like 2023. That's convenient because it removes all the stuff that Trump has said, what he thought really about RFK. And it wasn't just because political. First of all, he said he's stupid, which most people wouldn't believe that because he's just a good bullshitter. But he said he said he's one of the stupidest Kennedys of all of them. But he said he's a Democrat plant. I'll show you because I do have some news articles that posted it. And I know that they were real because I posted his tweets. And I have the videos up of those tweets. It's just Silicon Valley is changing that. Interestingly enough, though, I also read that Trump, though, is going to have the National Archives put all of his tweets. It's just when I went there that it wasn't an active thing you could look up at this time. But it sounds like that's what he's going to do. Because I think he knows Silicon Valley and Elon have been playing with that stuff. Because that's a crucial thing, because Trump tells you what he thinks of these people. Like he said, Elon Musk is a bullshitter. You can't find that now. because Silicon Valley controls all that. So, but I'll show you some of the things, because he said he's a Democrat plant, and he said he's more radical than Joe Biden. He said he's an AOC lover, and if he has his way, he's such a radical environmentalist that we'll never have any progress in this country, and we'll be living in caves by candlelight, but we'll be charging our 150,000 electric vehicles by a charging pump. If Trump thought he was a Democrat plant, you think that just changed? No. But the Elons and the RFK Jr. and some others, but I'm not going to point all of them out, they just think Trump is stupid, and he's brought them on board, and and they think they'll be able to control any information from not coming out. They'll be able to distract you enough. And I get that RFK Jr. came out and said, yeah, I was on the flight logs a couple of times, okay, or on the flights. That doesn't mean he's not, I mean, he had to do that. But he was closer to Epstein and Ghislaine, than most people on that flight log. He went to a party on this yacht. This yacht was Ghislaine Maxwell's father. It was called the Lady Ghislaine. Robert Maxwell was her father. 1998, you could see he had a party on the yacht on the Potomac. With Jesse Jackson attended, former defense secretary, CIA director, and 2 Kennedys. The Kennedys were tight with. It's like I think there may even be family ties with Ghislaine. The Kennedys are all over Epstein's black book. And so, as you can see here, it says, but Kennedy claimed it was his wife Mary who had the relationship with Ghislaine, not him. But I just showed the family had a relationship with Ghislaine before that, so he's lying. But what happened to his wife, Mary? That was his second wife. She committed suicide. And all these highlights, those are all Kennedys. Robert Kennedy Jr. was on such good terms with Jeffrey Epstein that he had free use of the billionaire pedophile's Manhattan office in 1993 and partied with him at the Pierre. And he claimed it was his second wife, Mary Richardson, that's the one that committed suicide, Kennedy, who had some kind of relationship, that she had some kind of relationship with Ghislaine Maxwell, Epstein's jailed madam, who I can't see part of it, but you can see it. But it says, but even his new account appears at odds with the depth of the relationship between Kennedy and Epstein, described by longtime family friend Christina Oxenberg. That's the one next to Ghislaine, that's Christina Oxenberg. She became friends. As you can see, Christina Oxenberg wrote an account of her long relationship with Ghislaine Maxwell. They became friends through Oxenberg's then husband, Damien. Can't see part of it, you can see the rest. So the one next to Maxwell, that's Christina Oxenberg. A spokesman told the Post that the wife being referred to was Mary Richardson, but in 1993, Kennedy was married to and had 2 children with Emily Ruth Black. They divorced the next year, and he married his pregnant lover, Mary Richardson, a month later, going on to have a total of 4 children with her. Ghislaine Maxwell was invited to the wedding of Kerry Kennedy and Andrew Cuomo in Washington in June 1990. At the reception, she met Christina Oxenberg. And then this whole building, Epstein's offices were registered in Madison Avenue, besides what is now in New York Palace. Oxenberg recounts how Kennedy gave her and another woman space in the offices for free when he hired them to run an event. But Ghislaine and Epstein were using this office too, almost like some escort service. Trump knows who they all are.